God is saying to you today, my beloved child, even now, I am speaking. Even in your struggle, I am near. Even in your silence, I hear the sound of your heart. There is not a tear you have cried that I have missed, not a sigh you have breathed that has gone unnoticed. You are my own, chosen before time began, wrapped in grace and carried by my eternal love. I see you, yes, even now. I know the battles you are facing, the questions that haunt you in the quiet of night, the disappointments that seem too heavy to carry. I know the moments when it feels like your prayers go unanswered, when my presence feels distant, when the shadows of your circumstances stretch long and dark across your path. But my child, hear me now, I am closer than your breath. I am enthroned on your praise. When your lips open to worship, even through trembling, even through tears, I come and dwell among you. You may not understand it fully, but there is power when you choose to praise me in the middle of your pain. There is a divine exchange that takes place in the realm of the Spirit, your heaviness for my joy, your confusion for my peace, your weakness for my strength. I do not ask you to pretend everything is fine, I ask you to trust me in the middle of the storm. I do not expect you to be unshaken, only to lift your eyes to me, even when the wind howls and the waves rise high. Yes, the enemy would love to silence your song. He would love to see you fold under the weight of pressure. He whispers lies to your heart, telling you that I have forgotten you, that I am unmoved by your pain. But I am the God who sees. I am the God who feels. I am the God who acts. I have never left your side, not for a moment. My spirit hovers over you, around you, within you. When you lift your voice in praise, the enemy flees, for he cannot dwell where I am enthroned. I inhabit the praises of my people. Not just their perfect moments, not only their victories, but also their pain-laced hallelujahs, their weary songs, their surrendered cries. When you worship me despite what you see, you are declaring that your trust is not in circumstances, but in me. You are saying, God, you are still worthy. You are still good. You are still sovereign. And I respond to that kind of faith. I rush in with my presence, I surround you with angels, I pour out peace like a river and joy like a fountain. Praise is not just for the mountaintop, it is a weapon for the valley. It lifts you above your situation and realigns your heart with heaven. Praise reminds you of who I am, and it silences the voice of fear. When you praise me, you are not ignoring your troubles, you are magnifying your deliverer. You are not denying the storm, you are fixing your eyes on the one who walks on water. My dear one, do not wait until the battle is over to sing. Let your song rise in the midst of the fight. Worship when the answers haven't come. Worship when you feel alone. Worship when the way ahead is unclear. Your praise is prophetic, it declares what is true even when you do not yet see it with your eyes. It unlocks the atmosphere of heaven and releases my power into your reality. You were created to praise me. It is not something you do only in church or in moments of joy, it is your lifeline. It is your place of connection with me. In your praise, I remind you of my promises. In your worship, I speak peace to your soul. As you draw near to me, I draw near to you, and in my presence is fullness of joy, strength for the weary, and light for the path ahead. I am not asking you to manufacture praise. I am asking you to offer what you have, even if it is broken, even if it is small. The widow brought her 2 copper coins, and I called it a great offering. David danced before me with all his might, and I received his joy. Paul and Silas sang in prison, and I shook the foundations of the earth. Bring me your offering, and I will meet you there. Let your heart be the altar and your song the sacrifice. My child, there is healing in your praise. Chains are broken, minds are renewed, hearts are restored. Where you feel weak, I will be your strength. Where you feel lost, I will be your guide. Where you feel afraid, I will be your refuge. I am your God, and I do not change. I am faithful through every season, present in every storm, sovereign over every detail. You may think your praise doesn't matter, but it does. It shifts atmospheres. It opens spiritual doors. It confuses the enemy and invites my power to manifest. I do not overlook your small beginnings, your whispered prayers, your private worship. Every act of praise is like a seed, and I will cause it to grow into a harvest of blessing. Your worship is not in vain. Remember my servant Job. He lost everything, and yet he said, "The Lord gives, and the Lord takes away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. And I restored him, because he chose to worship through the ashes." Remember Jehoshaphat. He sent out singers in front of the army, and the enemy turned on itself. Your praise is not passive, it is powerful. It is a declaration of victory before you see the breakthrough. And my beloved, know this, I am working even now. Though you may not see it, I am moving behind the scenes. I am aligning the pieces, preparing the way, shifting hearts, orchestrating answers. I have heard your prayers. I have counted your tears. I have written your name on the palm of my hand. I am not finished with your story, and the ending will be greater than you imagine. So lift up your head. Lift up your voice. Let praise rise, not because everything is perfect, but because I am. Let your soul remember who I am, the God who parted the sea, who made a way in the wilderness, who brought water from the rock. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. I am your defender, your provider, your healer, your peace. Let the words of your mouth and the meditations of your heart be pleasing to me. Not out of obligation, but out of love, for I have set my affection on you. I delight in your voice. I rejoice over you with singing. When you sing to me, I sing over you. When you draw near, I draw near. And in that nearness, you will find strength you did not know you had. Do not despise your current season. Even here, I am teaching you to trust, to abide, to worship. Even now, I am shaping your character and deepening your faith. What the enemy meant for harm, I will use for good. What looks like a delay is often my divine preparation. What feels like silence is often my sacred work of refinement. Do not be discouraged, your praise is breaking through the darkness. And I promise you this, I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. I am your God, and I am mighty to save. I hold the stars in place and still have time to number the hairs on your head. I created galaxies, yet I bend low to listen when you whisper my name. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are mine, and nothing can snatch you from my hand. So praise me, even now. Sing in the waiting. Dance in the valley. Rejoice in the middle of the unknown. Watch what I will do when you lift up your praise in faith. I will pour out blessings you cannot contain. I will heal what seems beyond repair. I will open doors no man can shut. I will do exceedingly, abundantly above all you can ask or imagine. Let this be your declaration, though the fig tree does not blossom and there is no fruit on the vine, yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will be joyful in God my Savior. Let this be your anthem, I will bless the Lord at all times, His praise will continually be in my mouth. Let this be your song, you are good, and your mercy endures forever. Because I am worthy always. In the sunshine and in the storm. In the breakthrough and in the battle. in the answered prayer and in the silence. Praise me, not because you understand everything, but because you trust the one who does. Praise me and watch the atmosphere shift. Praise me and watch your heart be lifted. Praise me and see heaven touch earth. I am here. I am listening. I am moving. And I am enthroned on your praise. With eternal love, your Father in heaven. You are still becoming, a message from God for your heart. Pause right here. Take a moment not to rush, not to worry about the next step, the next task, or the next milestone. Let everything fall silent around you for just a few breaths. This is sacred space, a divine pause, given to you not to reflect on what is missing, but on what has already unfolded. On who you have become, and who you are still becoming. You may not feel it all the time. You may even question it. But God sees you. Every step you've taken, He has noticed. Every tear, every triumph, every quiet act of faith that no one else witnessed, He saw it all. And He has been walking beside you from the very beginning. Do you remember the moment that dream first stirred in your heart? It may have felt small, like a whisper, or it may have roared like thunder. But either way, it was real. It was God-breathed. It came alive not by accident, not because of random longing, but because God planted it inside of you. That dream, that vision, was His way of saying, "This is what I created you for. This is a glimpse of your purpose." Sometimes, life can dull that spark. The demands of everyday living, the disappointments, the delays, and the distractions, they can bury that original flame under layers of doubt and exhaustion. But no matter how far you feel from it, that spark is still alive. It may be quiet, but it has never gone out. And today, God is fanning it again. I, the Lord your God, go before you and will be with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31:8. He reminds you that every dream rooted in love, hope, healing, and divine calling comes with a promise. Not the promise of ease, but the promise of His presence. Not the promise of a smooth road, but of unshakable companionship. There were times you almost gave up. Be honest with yourself. How close did you come to quitting when the weight felt unbearable, when it seemed like everything you tried ended in frustration, or when people misunderstood you, rejected you, or simply didn't see what you were carrying in your heart? God saw those moments. He counted every time you wept silently in the dark. He counted every time you forced yourself to try again, even when your heart felt broken. And He whispered, "Keep going. I'm still here." This isn't the end of your story. What you've overcome has made you wiser. Not bitter, but refined. Not hardened, but strengthened. You are not the same as when you started. You've grown. And this is holy ground you're standing on now, ground that has been watered by your tears, your perseverance, and your relentless trust in the unseen hand of God. Don't forget this truth: the dream isn't just about the outcome. It's about the person you're becoming in the process. And oh, how beautiful that person is becoming. Even if you can't see it clearly, God does. He sees the strength forming in your spirit. He sees how every trial has shaped you, how every delay has deepened your character, and how every surrender has brought you closer to His heart. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be for what God is unfolding in you. Delay is not denial. Process is not punishment. It is preparation. Your vision is still alive for a reason. It still matters. Your purpose still breathes within you. And no matter how many times you've questioned if you're worthy, if you're capable, or if it's too late. God hasn't changed his mind about you. Not once. Not for a second. For the gifts and the calling of God are irrevocable. Romans 11:29. You can rest in that. What God has spoken over your life, he will finish. He is not like man, who changes their mind when things get tough. God knew what he was getting into when he called you. He saw every flaw, every failure, every fear you would carry, and still, he said yes. Still, he chose you. And he is still choosing you. Let your faith speak louder than your fear. Let the voice of your Father rise above the noise of your insecurities, your past, and your disappointments. Let his truth drown out every lie that says you're not enough. Because you are not walking alone. The same God who walked with Abraham, Moses, Esther, and David is walking with you. The same God who parted seas, shut the mouths of lions, and raised the dead is the one holding your hand. And he is whispering, you're doing better than you think. Keep going. I'm still writing your story. I'm not finished yet. You are still becoming who you were always meant to be. And yes, the road may be longer than you imagined. The cost may be higher than you expected. But the reward, the intimacy with God, the transformation of your heart, the fulfillment of your divine assignment, it will be worth every step. So stop measuring your progress by what you haven't achieved yet. Instead, celebrate how far you've come. Celebrate every battle you survived. Every time you kept showing up. Every time you chose hope over despair, faith over fear, obedience over convenience. Celebrate the fact that you're still standing. Still dreaming. Still reaching for heaven even when life pulls you down. That is no small thing. That is holy resilience. That is what warriors of the kingdom are made of. Being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Philippians 1:6. And he will. Oh, he will. You don't have to force it all to happen. You don't have to strive in anxiety or manipulate the timing. You just need to trust and walk in obedience one step at a time. Every small yes matters. Every quiet act of faith is building something eternal. There is beauty in the unseen parts of your journey. Just because it hasn't manifested yet doesn't mean it isn't in motion. God does his best work in the hidden places, in the waiting, the wilderness, the in-between. Don't despise these seasons, they are sacred. They are shaping you for what's ahead. He hasn't forgotten your prayers. He hasn't overlooked your obedience. He hasn't ignored your cries. He is simply working in ways you can't see yet. But soon, oh soon, the pieces will come together, and you'll look back and realize he was orchestrating every detail with love and precision. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not too far gone. You are not disqualified. You are chosen, held, and loved more deeply than you can comprehend. And everything that God has started in you, he will bring to completion in his perfect timing. So today, let your soul breathe. Let yourself hope again. Let your heart dream again. Because it's not over. The dream is not dead. The purpose is not lost. The vision is not in vain. God is still moving. He is still restoring. He is still aligning things on your behalf. And when the time is right, nothing and no one will be able to stop what he has destined for your life. This isn't just a journey toward a dream. It's a walk with God. It's about learning to trust him in the unknown, to love him when nothing makes sense, to serve him when you don't see the reward yet, and to keep showing up because you know he is faithful. You are not building alone. Heaven is backing you. Angels have been assigned to you. The Spirit of God lives within you. You are covered, protected, and empowered for the road ahead. So lift your head. Straighten your spine. Take another step. You're not walking empty-handed, you're carrying purpose, anointing, and divine favor. You are still becoming. And God isn't finished. Not even close. The best is yet to come. Keep going. A divine love story, a relationship only God can take credit for. You are standing on the threshold of something sacred, something the heavens have been preparing long before you even knew what you were waiting for. This is not just another relationship. This is not just another chapter in the book of your life. This is the fulfillment of a divine promise, a promise whispered into your spirit during those long, quiet nights when your heart ached for something deeper, purer, and more lasting than anything the world could offer. You are about to enter a relationship so orchestrated, so intentionally crafted, that only the universe, only God Himself can take credit for what is unfolding. This isn't an accident. This isn't luck. This is alignment. It's divine timing meeting divine purpose. It's the intersection of preparation and providence. Every detour, every heartbreak, every lonely season was not a delay, but a design. God was writing a love story in the heavens with your name etched in the pages. He was refining you, purging you, teaching you how to love Him so that you could one day love someone else the way He loves you, fully, fiercely, and faithfully. You may have wondered if such a love could exist. You may have questioned whether your prayers were heard. And yet, even in the silence, heaven was working. Angels were being dispatched. Hearts were being molded. A sacred meeting was being prepared. God does not operate on human timelines, He functions in eternity. And in eternity, He chose this person for you. He chose you for them. Not because either of you are perfect, but because together, you will reflect a portion of His glory that neither of you could reflect alone. This relationship is not about completing one another, because only God completes us. This relationship is about complementing each other in the mission God has set before you. It is about walking hand in hand toward destiny, iron sharpening iron, two becoming one in purpose, in passion, and in spiritual pursuit. This person will not pull you away from God but push you closer to Him. Their presence will not bring confusion but clarity. Their love will not be conditional, transactional, or superficial. It will be rooted in covenant. It will be marked by commitment. It will be soaked in prayer. You will recognize them not just by how they make you feel, but by how they make you pray. Your spirit will respond to theirs like a melody recognizes its harmony. Your heart will feel like home in their presence, not because it is free from challenge, but because it is built on the unshakable foundation of divine intent. They will be a reflection of God's heart, a vessel chosen not to idolize, but to walk with. Not to worship, but to co-labor with in worship of the one who brought you together. This is a relationship God has anointed. It is covered. It is protected. It is set apart. Do you remember the moments you cried alone, asking God, when will it be my turn? Do you remember the seasons where it felt like everyone else was finding love, while you were left waiting in the shadows? Those weren't wasted moments. They were sacred preparations. God was using that time to teach you how to stand in Him, how to be filled by Him, how to hear His voice above the noise of your desires. He wasn't withholding love from you, He was preserving the right love for you. And now, as the veil begins to lift and the signs begin to show, your spirit is sensing what your mind may not fully comprehend. You are feeling the winds of change. There is a shift in the atmosphere. A divine alignment is taking place. This person may already be near, or they may soon be revealed. But however they appear, you will know not because of how loud they are, but because of the peace that follows them. Peace will be your confirmation. Not just emotional peace, but spiritual peace. God will confirm what He is doing, and He will guard this connection with His own hand. You won't have to beg to be seen. You won't have to manipulate to be loved. This love will see you clearly. It will pursue you intentionally. It will honor your boundaries, respect your process, and nurture your growth. It will not be rushed, for true love understands that timing is holy. It will not be built on superficial attraction alone, but on the shared conviction that God is the author of this union, and therefore, only God can sustain it. There will be moments of testing. There will be opportunities to retreat into old fears. But this time, you will recognize that the stakes are different. You will choose courage. You will choose trust. You will choose to believe that what God brings together, no man can separate. This love will stretch you, but it will never suffocate you. It will challenge you, but it will never diminish you. It will sanctify you, because real love purifies. Don't be surprised if this connection doesn't look like what you imagined. God often packages His greatest blessings in unexpected ways. But the moment you encounter this person, something inside you will awaken. It won't be drama. It won't be confusion. It won't be a game. It will be calm. It will be steady. It will feel like destiny. The world may not understand it. Some may question it. But you will know. And more importantly, God will confirm it. He may speak through dreams. He may speak through peace. He may speak through prophetic words, through divine timing, or simply through the fruit this relationship begins to bear in your life. Whatever the method, His voice will be clear: this is the one I have chosen for you. Walk in it. You won't have to force your way into their life. God will orchestrate the introduction, the timing, and the unfolding of it all. Your only job is to stay in alignment with Him. Keep your eyes on God, and He will guide your steps toward them. Stay in worship, and you will hear His whispers. Stay in trust, and you will not be shaken. This is a covenant love. A kingdom connection. A partnership for purpose. Together, you will pray. Together, you will dream. Together, you will build altars of remembrance for all that God has done. And together, you will weather the storms, not because you're immune to struggle, but because you are rooted in something deeper than circumstance. You are rooted in Him. Every prior disappointment was preparing you. Every past rejection was God's redirection. You were never forgotten. You were being held. And now, God is about to show you why it had to take this long. You are about to see why nothing else worked out. Because this is what He was saving you for. This is what He was shaping you for. You are about to enter a relationship that glorifies God. Not because it's easy, but because it is built on Him. It will reflect His grace, His mercy, His redemption, and His joy. You will laugh together. You will cry together. You will walk through valleys and stand on mountain tops, knowing that your story is not about you alone, but about what God is doing through you both. And when people ask, "How did this happen?" your only response will be, "Only God." Because it was never your striving. It was never your timeline. It was never your works. It was His favor. His timing. His plan. This is the kind of love that brings healing. The kind that restores the broken pieces. The kind that doesn't just meet your expectations but exceeds them in ways you couldn't imagine. It will feel like a homecoming. not to a person, but to a promise. Stay ready. Stay surrendered. Stay open. Keep trusting the one who writes the best love stories. Keep leaning into the process. And when it begins to unfold, don't question it. Don't run from it. Don't sabotage it with fear. Let yourself receive what heaven has prepared. The wait has not been in vain. The prayers have not been in vain. The tears have not been in vain. God has heard you. Heaven has moved. And love, real love, divine love is knocking at your door. Get ready. The relationship that's about to enter your life will be your reminder that God is faithful. It will testify of His goodness. It will reveal His heart. And it will carry the mark of heaven. Only He can take the credit for what is coming. Only He. And you will smile and say, it was worth the wait. Still becoming, a divine journey of purpose and perseverance. Pause now. Breathe. Still your soul for just a moment. In the stillness, let yourself feel the gentle weight of your own story, not as a burden, but as a sacred testimony. You have traveled roads that not everyone would understand. You've climbed hills that no one else saw, stumbled through nights that were longer than words can describe. And yet, here you are. Still standing. Still breathing. Still becoming. Don't rush past this moment. Don't dismiss the quiet miracle that is your life. Look back for a moment, not to dwell, but to recognize. Recognize how far God has already brought you. Reflect not on what is yet undone, but on what has already been made possible. God has walked with you through seasons you never thought you would survive. He held you when the world felt too heavy, and whispered peace into your chaos when no one else saw your breaking. He heard the prayers you didn't know how to say out loud. He counted every tear, and none were wasted. You may not be where you thought you would be by now. Perhaps your path has twisted more than it has turned. Perhaps the vision in your heart has grown faint, clouded by delay or deterred by disappointment. But the vision still lives. That first spark, that divine whisper that once stirred your soul to dream, to reach, to rise, it was not random. It was planted by the Creator Himself. That dream was never about achieving something that the world could measure. It was about unfolding something eternal that God placed within you. And it's still unfolding. Sometimes, the process is long. The wait feels cruel. The silence, deafening. But God does not forget what He starts. He is the author and the finisher. When He births something in you, He also equips you to carry it, to nurture it, to bring it forth in His time. Yes, His time, not yours. And therein lies the rub. We often mistake delay for denial. But in God's kingdom, delay is preparation. Refinement. Alignment. Every moment of waiting is not wasted. It is preparing you to be the vessel strong enough to hold the blessing. You were never meant to carry the weight of the journey alone. God never expected you to be strong every day, or unshaken every hour. He asks only this: stay close. Stay close when it's clear, and even closer when it's not. Keep your hand in His when the way gets dark. Keep trusting when the doors don't open. Keep believing when your prayers echo back in silence. That silence is not absence. It is sacred space, where God works the deepest transformations. Remember David, anointed to be king, yet sent back to the fields.